Hi everyone and welcome to part 6, the last part of the subject car in Korea. And today we will talk about issuing the license here in Korea and what is the process. Let's dive into the process and what we need to do in order to issue a license. Also, the link with all the information will be in the board tab below, so check it out as well. So for the first step, what we have to do is we will need to get our form to issue the license. So this is how the form looks like. And here you will write your name and signature. Here you will write your country of citizenship and your address. This is the place to put your picture. Below you will write your alien registration number and your phone number. And you need to tick this box for a new license and to put the type of license that you're applying for. The form is only in Korean, and please keep it for the full process. It is free to issue, so if you run out of space in the form, you can reissue it and it's free, no worries. The next step after the form will be to have a safety video, and the safety video have English subtitles. It is mandatory, again it is also free, and it sounds very weird for me to say, but please do not fall asleep. If you fall asleep, they will make you to see it again, and there is some cooling period, a few hours or a day if I'm not mistaken. It happened before. Just keep awake. That's my tip. After the safety video, what we will do, we'll have a health check, which is literally an eye check, and you can use your past results if you have it. You can use results that are valid up to 2 years before. So 2 years, that's the limitation. The health check costs around 6,000 won. Again, fees can be updated, so you can check the new fees all the time through the website. After a health check, what we will have a written exam. Now, this exam is available in English. Before you go, please check the times because in different offices, the English available time is a little bit different. So check before you go. Also, you can study for this exam with books or you can study online. And this exam costs around 7,500 won. Once we pass the exam, the next thing we have to do is a function test. And this is a quick course test when you need to do a simple functions such as turns and parking. And you will sit in the test car and there are English subtitles. However, the instructions are always in Korean. So it can be a little bit confusing. If you want for this course test as well, you can go to a specific school that teaches how to pass this function test as well. The fees for this test would be between 17 to 18,000 won. Once we pass this test, we have the actual road exam, which will be around 20 to 30 minutes drive in a route in the city. You will have this exam with a tester sitting next to you. And for each office, there are 4 different possible routes. So you can have the explanation of the route. As you will be issued a practice license after the function test, you can actually practice this road exam before taking it. And the fees for this exam would be 25,000 Korean won. After the road exams, and if you pass it, congratulations, you will issue a license and you will need 3 color photos, which you can usually take also at the office. It will cost 7,500 won as the fees, and you will get a license valid for 10 years. A few tips for me when you're issuing your license. First, you can schedule in advance, and you can schedule it either applying online, registering online, or offline. But through the phone, it's not available. So you can either do it online or go to the traffic office and just register there. Another thing I would recommend is go through the Korean driving laws in advance so you will know what everyone is talking about and what you need to keep in mind. There are 3D driving test practices available in the buildings, the offices, traffic offices. It costs few ones, but you can actually sit in the car and see the road and see what you need to do. So it can be a nice experience or a nice practice. Also, it's something important to know when you fail some of the steps, there is a cooling time before you can take the next step. So for example, if we're failing the written exam, we have to wait for a day or 2 before we can do it again. If we're failing the function test, then we have to wait for 3 days. So each step have their own cooling time. Also, as we mentioned, you will have a temporary driving license to practice. It will be valid for a year. So you have to take your exam within a year after you are getting the temporary driving license. Rules and regulations keep changing, and it just means that we have to keep updated. And finally, there is a fun fact. It is possible to issue a local license in a day if you come early, and probably if you have prior experience in driving. There are people who did it before. So this is just a fun fact for you to know. Great, now you're all set when it comes to everything related to a car in Korea. You have all the information also in the board tab of the course. Check it out there as well. And if you have any questions, please make sure you write your questions in the Q&A tab as well. I hope you enjoyed and you learned a lot. You have a lot of information here. And I'll see you in another course.